Hello.
Hello.
Episode 17, and we are
Here we
your
go.
hosts for this evening. My name's Craig.
Yeah, my name's Mike. What do you mean by hosts for this evening? Like, there's different
Hosts?
ones a
What?
different week.
No, wait. No, I'm just saying we're the hosts for the. We are your hosts, the listeners' hosts for this evening,
Ah, fair enough. I get you.
as
I get you.
opposed to whatever host they would usually have on a Wednesday evening. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday.
Yeah,
How are you doing anyway? All right.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm fit and well this week, whereas you sound a bit more full of cold.
Yeah. Symptoms are definitely catching up with me now, but never mind. It's all good.
Go on then. What have you been up to then? Anything interesting? Anything interesting to tell people?
Interesting might be debatable,
I was going to say.
but no, just the usual stuff, work and stuff like that. Gaming as best as possible, which is all good. Installing a fireplace because that's glorious fun, and it's nearly winter and I don't want to freeze, so that'd be nice. Yeah, I will make a comment about PC. My PC. I built like a desk for my PC to go into a while back. I never quite finished it because I started using it, so I've been looking at custom made cables so my cables can reach the right places and stuff and be nicely laid out and stuff like that. So that could be cool. Get those and get this finished off so things are actually connected up. But something else that I noticed to that, and I think this is maybe a topic that general PC people might not realize. I've got a relatively good PC now. And one of the things in my PC is I put well, people talk about overclocking,
Yeah.
which you know the term.
Oh yes.
And I'm not overclocking my system, but I did buy high-speed memory. So my RAM
I've not touched
is
mine, but yeah.
so my RAM is 3600 speed, right? But something I wasn't aware of, or clearly glanced over when I was trying to pay attention to it, is that you have to activate a profile within your BIOS for your RAM to be able to go that fast, because your CPU has to be able to support it.
Right. Okay.
So I bought an AMD processor, a decent one, and I bought the RAM knowing that the processor can support it. I did all that stuff, but didn't know I had to change it to make it work. So now my RAM is much quicker than it was before,
Well,
which is great and awesome, but interesting that on PCs this is a problem.
yeah. Well,
Other than that, what have you been doing?
not a great deal. Playing some games, working, usual, adult life.
Yeah, I mean it's still difficult. Oh, actually, I did go do some fun stuff at the weekend though.
Oh
That I've
yeah,
clearly not
I did
forgotten
some
on.
fun stuff. I ran a 10k, an
You run a
official 10k.
10k.
That was
I
rubbish.
went indoor skydiving, which was fun. Relatively short, but fun. Um, and then went and did the Crystal Maze with a few people, which was great. It was really good fun. Very nostalgic for anyone who used to watch it. But very well put together in Manchester. It was fantastic, and we did well, really well. Although some of the games were like, just walk through them.
Just walk through 'em.
There was a laser beam one where you have to like Mission Impossible through the laser beams.
Yeah.
I literally felt like I walked through it.
Oh, was it just one of them where you literally they were set out almost the same?
It was just set out in, you just look. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, if I duck under this one and walk past this one and duck under that and just miss that one, and then I was like, oh, there's the crystal, pick the crystal up. I was like, wait a minute, I've just got to do the same thing back the way.
Yeah.
Like, all right, did it 2 minutes on the clock and did it in like 30 seconds.
It's one of them though, isn't it? If you type of person with bad balance or anything like that, then you're going to struggle on something like that. But
Absolutely. It was
yeah,
great. 16 crystals. We got 14 of them,
oh, cool.
so we did well. So if it comes, I was going to say I did say if it comes back onto the TV, that we should sign up and get on it. But I think it did come back on the TV and didn't do very well. So
Yeah,
we'll not do
should
that.
have locked you in. Just going a bit further on to this episode. I think this episode is going to be there's going to be a main talking point around a recent game that's been released. So we have got a few other points that we want to mention, but there is possibly it's going to be very soul focused. I think on one game, the majority of this, and that game for everyone listening is for Forza Horizon 5 that we've had been hands on since their release.
Yep.
So,
The beauty of Game Pass.
I just what I'm going to do is before we get going with our usual kind of what's been going on and whatnot, I'm going to share my screen with you because I've got a little kind of quiz type thing I want to do with you. Just a very quick thing.
Okay.
So, right, you've got literally 3 seconds. Right, no holding back, no messing around. You just need to kind of go whether it's game or real. Yep. So that's basically if this image is part of a game, all these images are taken either obviously in real life or from the Forza Horizon 5 game engine.
So it's kind of like spot the difference.
Not really, because there's only one image.
No, but I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only one image.
There's only one image.
Oh, right,
Unfortunately,
okay,
for those that are probably listening to this rather than watching this, we'll try and keep you very quick. So
No, that's fine. That's fine because they'll
Yeah.
still see the result at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So that's interesting enough.
Right,
As it is.
I will share my screen with you if it will allow me
Okay,
to do
I'm
so.
gonna make my screen a little bit bigger, so I've got an advantage.
Screen
Right, I have
down.
to say if it's real or fake. Is that what I'm saying? Real or game?
Yeah, so right, go for it now. Real or game?
Real.
She's gone real. Right. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Real or game?
Game.
Real or game?
Real.
And real or game?
Game.
Don't worry for everyone listening, there's not many. There's only 10. Real or game on that one?
Real.
Real or game?
Game.
That one's an easy one, isn't it? That one, really.
It's just got that air of cartooniness to it.
Yeah, real or game?
Real.
Real or game? Nope.
Oh.
Too slow. Come on, you're too slow.
Game.
Thinking about it too much, man.
I'm
Real
not
or
trying
game?
to. You can be damn. It's a really bad picture, so I'm
Right.
just gonna say real.
And then final one is this one. When it comes up, they got real or game. That's a very bad picture.
We'll call that real as well then, because that wouldn't have been a game screenshot. I thought you were gonna show me cars or something.
No, man, no.
You
The
posted
cars is
one.
a bit easier. I think the
No,
cars
you
are a little
posted-
bit easier.
You posted a side-by-side comparison on Facebook.
Yeah, I do have a couple of those, but the problem is some of them are quite a lot of them are watermarked with the Forza Horizon friggin' sign on the side of them. So if I cropped it out, you'd be like, hang on, there's half a car missing here.
Fair enough. Right, how did I do?
Right, so let me top that up. So
Move the little one.
so you got 7 out of 10.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, to be honest with you. But
I think it was a little bit unfair because some of the pictures were clearly crap.
But honestly, no. Look, when you
You'll
look at it,
get a
though,
low resolution. Yeah.
the point I was trying to get at that was when you look at that, when you're looking at those pictures, there's times when I see you hesitating and pausing. So there's times there where you've got to really think, and look for telltale signs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they've always been very good at this, but they're clearly getting even better.
Yeah. Oh,
It's very, very good. And to be fair, that's
easily.
probably going to come down to the road of, next gen consoles and PCs and stuff that are capable of displaying stuff like this now.
Oh yeah.
But it's mightily impressive, the
Aye.
photorealisticness of the game.
Right. So, I just quickly touched on our daft little quiz thing there. I wanted to kind of do with you, but that
So the whole
got
point of that was to prove that
yeah, it was
the
just
game the
graphically. It
game
was
looks
just
really
kind
good.
of just
Yeah,
just a, how much you have to think. Very quickly then, I just want to make a few little points here because I've not got a lot of news to talk about, and I think Forza, as I say, is going to take up quite a lot of our time.
yeah,
So I just want to point out a few games that have come out this week.
yeah. I've got a
So
few on there. Yeah, go on.
um, basically, it's been a very very good week for Game Pass this week on both PC and console. So first of all, on the PC, Age of Empires 4 has been released in this last week.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
We need to play that.
Yep, so definitely that's a one to go for. I think it was either yesterday or the day before we have Football Manager 2022 has been released on both PC and console.
Nice.
I played the last one. Last one was quite good, but hard in parts, just kind of remembering your way around certain things. But it's only getting better, so that's one I want to have a little go at.
Yeah,
As we know now, as we've
good
spoke about,
tournament.
we've got Forza Horizon 5 that came out on both PC and console. Again, Game Pass. And
Yeah,
then
and Cloud.
last, yep, oh yeah, Cloud, yeah. Last but not least, in 2 days' time, we have Battlefield 2042, which is coming. Obviously, if you've bought the premium edition, you can play it in 2 days. If you
Yeah,
have
yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Game Pass
Make that pretty
Ultimate,
clear.
yeah, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you also get access to EA Access or EA Play or whatever it's called now. So you will get a 10-hour trial of the new Battlefield 2042, and that is
Yeah.
both PC and console.
So the 10-hour trial is available from the 12th.
Yep, so that's a week before.
Uh,
That's 7 days before it's actually released on the 19th.
you've got 10 hours worth of gameplay that you can do before it's fully released.
Yep. There will be some people who'll probably rattle off in a couple of days. Probably myself. I can see me probably still not have used the full 10 hours.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's
It
only
can
a
easily
couple.
be done, but I think with as you know, with family life and etc. now, it just gets that little bit harder, doesn't it, to play certain things? And there is certain games that we want to play over others. So,
There is, but Battlefield's one of them.
oh yeah, definitely,
It's up there with my thing.
yeah,
Especially getting some crews together and playing it and stuff like that would be awesome.
oh yeah. So that
So looking
it's
forward to that.
big showcase there, big week for Game Pass and
Yeah.
Xbox. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you anyway to cover obviously the rest of the world's news.
Yeah, I will do. I was kind of jumping on that fact that you talked about Game Pass and stuff like that. It turns out that December as well is going to be quite a good month for it
Oh
because
yeah,
we've
we've got
got
Halo, haven't we?
Halo Infinite coming out on December the 8th. Among Us finally reaches the console
Oh yeah,
as a day one release
I feel like
for
that's a bit
console
late though.
players. It's definitely late at the party. However,
Yeah,
Among Us plays well with a very strong game base, a
right.
player base, and obviously Xbox Game Pass has a very strong player base.
Yeah,
So in that sense, it might boost the kind of games that have been played. And there's another one. It's currently TBA, but it is December. We just don't know what day. It's called the Gunk.
all right. Yeah, I think
Uh,
I've seen bits of that. I think.
it's kind of like it's a third person kind of world environment puzzle game where you have to go through and there's this gunk on a planet, alien planet, and you've got to kind of get rid of the gunk and kind of help the planet out. And there's lots of puzzles and stuff to try to do with it and figure it out. But it looks quite good. So that's pretty cool. We could go on forever about Halo with stuff not being launched on day one.
I was just gonna say that's a bit of a. Although it will be good, you know, we are missing quite a fair bit on that, aren't we?
So it launches on the 8th with campaign and multiplayer,
Right.
but does not have co-op campaign yet.
All right. Okay.
So you can't play co-op campaign yet at all, and you also can't. It also doesn't launch with Forge mode either.
Right. Okay.
They're all going to be launched later on.
Right. Okay.
It's due to the fact that when it first got checked out and tested and stuff like that, people got really annoyed with the campaign and said it wasn't good enough, and they spent a lot of time, a year delay, considering it was meant to be released with the Xbox One X. Yeah, so hopefully it's worth the wait. I mean, Halo games are generally quite good, but they've not all been great. So hopefully it's worth the wait on that one, which is cool. I'll jump down a few of these things that I thought were quite interesting. Have you heard of a game called Starfield?
I have, yes.
Okay, so I'm just bringing it up. So Starfield, going to be the next kind of open world game, space oriented game from Bethesda Game Studios. Which means we could get it. No, we will be getting it as an Xbox One, Xbox Game Pass day one release.
Right. Okay.
They have said that some development news have said that they're confident of meeting their release date. However, their release date is a year away from now.
Right. Okay.
Not until the 10th or 11th of November 2022. But basically, they've been developing this in favor of developing Elder Scrolls 6.
All right. Okay.
And because of the success of Elder Scrolls Online as a multiplayer kind of stand game, and the health of the franchise and how Bethesda are doing with Xbox and everything else and Microsoft now, they're pretty confident that this game is going to do well, and they want to make sure they spend the time doing it. But
it does look really good. Like.
25 years in the making, so can't be too bad at all. These guys were it's the Bethesda team that did Fallout 4 as well.
Right.
Not necessarily the other ones, but it did Fallout 4.
Yeah.
That's all good. So I thought that was quite interesting. There's some network testing on a game called Elden Ring.
Yeah. That's the one where I got the beta. I got the lovely email off them yesterday, didn't I?
Was that Elden Ring or was that Lost Ark?
No, Elden Ring. I've got Lost Ark. I've
Oh,
got a
right,
beta
okay.
code for Lost Ark. So I entered the chance to beta test it, and they kindly emailed me back. I think it's the first email I've ever had where basically I was rejected from testing it.
For Elden Ring or
Yeah, no explanation. Elden Ring. They just emailed me and went, "Unfortunately, you've not been chosen." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
when
You
did
might
when did you sign up for it? Because
quite a while back.
oh right, I was going to say. Well, apparently, people are selling their codes to be able to play the game during the test
Fuck
on
that shit.
eBay for like 250 quid
Fucking hell.
for a
And them
2-day.
scummy ass bastards is why I can't freaking get in the bloody thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it's from the Elden Ring still feels like playing a Souls game. Apparently, it's not quite the same as the other games, but looks interesting. Looks kind of fun. What we can do with that, which is nice. Couple of little fun ones for you that I thought were quite good. Quick one, rumor that EA are working on a new Fight Night game,
All right, yeah.
bringing back the Fight Night roundup of games, which could be interesting because there is competition in the market coming through with an esports boxing game that's coming on the title that we've talked about before.
It's never
But
been my
Fight
cup of
Night
tea, to
games.
be honest.
No, it's mine though. I do enjoy those games, so that's pretty cool. Um, Call of Duty Vanguard, doing great or terrible? What do you think?
The what? Sorry, the
Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
I think there's too much out at the minute. I can't see them.
I think that's the problem. Yeah. So basically,
And
the
there's
general
people.
spike
Yeah,
that
there's
Call
people
of
waiting on
Duty,
Battlefield, isn't there now?
yeah, the general spike that Call of Duty has when it falls into the marketplace is people are very hyped for it to come. I think it's being overshadowed by a lot of other games that are kicking about.
Yeah.
Which is putting it off. The score of it, it's still scored pretty highly, 78 or something percent. Yeah, 78 on Metacritic. Which if you compare to like Modern Warfare, got 80 to 81.
Is
Black
that
Ops Cold
is
War.
that user score, or is that
That's user score. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it's getting good reviews. Yeah, apparently, it is a good game, but like I say, I think it's just Battlefield, New World, lots of other game titles being launched at the same time is going to cause a massive effect on that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
which is interesting. A bit of a funny one for you. Resident Evil 4 VR has a design flaw that is causing female gamers some discomfort.
Hmm.
And no, the pads don't vibrate, so don't be thinking of
I was just thinking maybe
that.
the little licker tongue things are being out or something.
No, what this is part of the design is to grab your gun and different things from your chest pockets, and they're punching themselves in the boobs.
Ah, nice.
Interesting, though, isn't it?
Ah, yeah.
So, some you've got to remind you of the fact that we, as in me and you, don't have that problem. Well, you might. Uh,
Hey, there's no titties here.
just one tit.
Fucking I give you just
Um,
one tit in a minute.
But actually, a Reddit post highlighted this. Um, User Eleanor the Bold made a comment about this, but she also described it as a boob punch when trying to get something from her chest area, like a gun or magazine or whatever. And she thinks
And
that
there's the
VR,
title for episode 17.
nice. She thinks that VR developers should this could cause all kinds of funny stuff, but VR developer game implementing a body shape and size option that players can adjust to account for it. Now I don't know whether she means just you can change the size of the body that you're effectively controlling, therefore the chest is a little bit further away from your chest, or whether she means you can add your own different size boobs so you can counter for it. I mean, it's an interesting topic. I would never have thought of it from a VR game development kind of stuff. So, interesting. But other than that, the Resident Evil 4 VR make is getting good vibes from people. And a couple of little things. At the moment, Epic Game Stores has some free games. One that's quite interesting has thrown on Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep,
Ah,
which
see,
is
yes.
um, basically is to do with the Borderlands franchise. That is a $9.99 game to buy elsewhere, but you can get it free on the Epic Game Store at the moment, which I thought was pretty good. There's also a Rogue Company Season 4 Epic Pack if you want that. And you can get Alien Colony as well, which is nice.
Cool.
So go check that out and see Alien Colony is very similar to
Alien what?
SimCity. Alien Colony is like SimCity in space. What? What am I saying?
It sounded like you had a stroke when you were telling us, like alien colony.
Is it called? Is it
You
called
did say
Alien?
colony the second
Oh,
time.
it's
The
not even
first
alien. It's not even alien. It's avian.
avian. Fucking
Avian
hell.
colony. Yeah. I don't have my glasses on while I'm streaming. Second to that, games with Prime. Threw in a couple of games at the moment. You can get Dragon Age Inquisition on Origin through
Yeah.
Prime.
Oh, did you know there's some New World stuff on Prime?
The years. I'll show you what that is in a minute.
Yes, I got I got
Control.
that.
You can get Control Ultimate Edition, full game for the PC, and you can get Rise of the Tomb Raider full game plus bonus content on the Epic Game Store. But
Cool.
these are all through games with Prime. So if you've got a game Prime account, and yet New World have Robin Hood pack at the moment.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of other stuff that you can get for free. You can try with loads of different games, which is cool. In general, I think that's me for some of the stuff I wanted to talk about. Just
Yeah.
general game news, anyway.
Yep. Let's move on to games we've been playing then, Ed. Yeah. So
Yeah, go for it.
well, I know we didn't mention that we haven't done recording for a week. Obviously with you going away, time restraints, we had friggin' bonfire night. Lots of things has been going on the last week.
Yeah,
So
health problems and other stuff as well. So,
yeah,
health, family, and
yeah,
your general well-being
yeah.
should come first in most things. In most things in life, people should look after themselves, and we made the call to look after ourselves, and it's all
So
good.
um, obviously in the last couple of weeks, then I've been playing Planet Coaster. Now, everyone should know kind of what Planet Coaster is, or from the name, kind of have a knowledge of it. It's
Yeah.
if you ever played on Roller Coaster Tycoon or any type of game where it's kind of a theme park sim game, then that's exactly what that is. I played it previously and I have it on the PC. Now I've been playing it for some reason I thought I'll just play it on the Xbox because I noticed it was going off. They were removing it from Game Pass. Now in playing it, I enjoyed it, so I went and bought it. Again on the console.
Okay.
So I've got it on the console and the PC. But no, I've been really enjoying that. It does get very, very tough, very, very hard to meet certain criteria on the campaign mode. So I've been enjoying it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mentioned this one very briefly because Mike goes mad at me every time I mention this one. But I've been playing more Immortals, Fenyx Rising.
Have you finished it yet?
I'm up to the final boss. I'm clearing out all the side dungeons and everything else. And you still haven't started playing it yet. You need to get on this game. You need to give this game a go. I can't stress how good this game is. It's one of them little hidden gems, I think, when you get into it.
Worth the money then?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
definitely.
it's
It's not
you bought this,
expensive.
right? It's not on Game Pass or anything.
No, that's not. It's not. You're probably talking like 20, 25 quid or something. You probably even get it less than that now
Yeah.
these days. But it's a really good game.
Yeah.
Um,
Fair enough.
the other game I've been playing, obviously, is New World. So no, that's just an ongoing game that me and you have been playing. Another
Yeah.
one
Oh,
that
sorry
I
about the
finished.
noises in the background.
You what? Sorry.
Sorry about if you can hear Caitlin in the background. She's
Oh
making
no,
some noise.
nothing was coming through. The other
Alright,
game
fair
I've been playing, which I 100%ed, went and got all the achievements for as well, was
Yeah.
a game that's on Game Pass called The Procession to Calvary. Now, I sent you a little video of this.
You did.
Did you watch this?
I watched it like I watched some other videos that get sent to me, as in, what's going on?
Yeah. So this was one of the endings that I sent over to Mike, and so
Okay.
the game is basically you play as a female warrior back in I don't even know how long ago it was, but very, years and years ago now. And the game's like all painting, so that you've got like Jesus' Last Supper and stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
walk up to the table and you can talk to the people around the table. And you have to pick things up and go and solve little puzzles, take your places, do this, that, and the other. So you're playing, but you're playing this through this painting as a painted character as well. So it's very good.
Okay.
Like it's got some good adult humor in there. And then I think the video I sent you was just the ending of. I think there's 3 different endings, and it was one where basically it's a picture of a semi-naked woman, and basically like in this paint, and you can press the buttons as the credits roll in to either make a burp or fart, and it's the most childish thing you've ever seen in your life. But if you just picture a painting, just still painting,
Yeah.
next minute you press the button to fart and you see the leg just cock up and she starts farting and stuff like that. I was I was in stitches. It's just one of them things where it's like, this is just, what the fuck am I playing? But yeah,
Brilliant.
I did quite enjoy that. It was quite funny, just a nice little chill out game. So yeah. And the final one is Forza Horizon 5, as we know, which we're going to go into a bit more depth after Mike has discussed what he's been playing.
Yeah, I've jumped back into the VR realm. I've been playing a bit more Beatsaber. I've added it into my like kind of daily fitness regime
You're
now.
not being tit punching.
No, no,
No titty punches.
no. I need to grow some first. Um, but no, I like Beat Saber, and I like that sort of stuff, and I think it's cool that you could potentially use it as a fitness kind of thing, and it does get pretty intense if you want it to, which is neat. I hope and wish that they were bringing a few more clever things that would increase your fitness and activity and stuff through VR. That would be nice. Um, and then yeah, I've been playing more. Obviously, playing more New World. We've been playing a lot more of that. It's kind of a lot going on in the New World space. To be fair, our server's currently kind of dying.
Dying.
Leaving it. Um, there's lots of talk of the fan base and stuff leaving from New World. I kind of feel like
It's
that's
very
probably true.
samey though, isn't it? That's the problem, I think.
So I have a take on this, right? I've played MMO games, played a lot of them, right? And I feel like a lot of when MMO games started to come out, when they first came out, these games took a long time for people to get to like level 60 because people didn't know how to play this sort of game. Now there's thousands of, well, millions of people out there figuring out very fast ways to get to where A to B. So if you can level a character up from 0 to 60 effectively in a couple of days,
Yeah.
there is no way that a games development company can have enough content coming out to keep you occupied,
Yeah.
right? They've already said that they're going to bring, content out in December, which will be end game stuff, and will like bolster that side of it, which is great. Other than that, I feel like the core mechanics are there. I think there's some stuff. I think there is some issues with it. Lots of people leaving it doesn't surprise me. That's generally quite a thing, especially with such a hyped game. Loads of people play it and then realize, I've paid my money for it. I've played it for a while. I'll just move on to the next game. It's not a subscription-based game, so you don't feel like you have to play it. Like, wow. But I have heard rumors through the forums and stuff that the servers are going to get merged, which is the way they're named, allows that to happen. So at the moment, I think we just carry on playing it. Anyone else is out there playing it, just enjoy it, keep going with it, and I'm sure as more people come through the ranks and get up to 60, and more people and the servers merge, I think we'll have a better game going on. And there is definitely a few bugs and stuff that they need to fix still with money glitching and stuff like this, but
Yeah.
they'll get there. But they'll get that. Personally, I feel like the core content of the game is pretty strong, and that's it's not really gonna take away. Other games are gonna definitely spike my interest that are coming out, but I'm still gonna have it there to play in the background. The fact that you don't have to pay a subscription for it, and you can just play it when you want to play it, also is a little bit of a perk as well. don't feel like I'm wasting any money or anything. I've already paid my money, so it's all good.
Fair enough.
So that's pretty neat. Before we move on to Forza, can I bring up something else that I forgot?
Yeah. Bear in mind, Forza's going to go. We're going to talk about this for in depth.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I know. And I'm looking at how long we've been streaming for, so we're cool. There's news. Obviously, we've talked about game development and stuff in general, right? There's news coming through the kind of ranks now that the way people make money in games is generally through like in-game buying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You agree? So like most of these kind of sort of games have in-game stuff you can purchase. You can purchase coins or gold or whatever, whether it's on any platform now. That's kind of generally the way that they do it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get more money. On the flip side of that, there's a thing with Steam that has a Steam marketplace where those things that you can earn or can buy or can get throughout the game, you can either use them or you can resell them
Yeah.
in a kind of stock exchange market situation, right? But there's limitations to how much these can go for. You can only have £1,000 in your Steam account, and you can't take money out of your Steam account.
Yeah.
You can buy more games, but you can't take the money back out if you made money on it. So there's a limitation of how far this goes. But apparently, people are talking about the fact that they think, is it NFC? I think they call it NFCs when it comes to art. So the idea in the art world now is that a piece of art can be distributed to more than one person as like a digital copyright holder
Right.
of
Okay.
such. Obviously some art's very expensive, and this could be digital imagery, it could be anything, right? And the idea is that you own either a part of that product, part of the digital rights to it, or maybe even the full digital rights to it. And this could potentially go up in value.
Mm-hmm.
And it adds this stock, kind of the stock and shares marketplace element to these products, and therefore can increase the prices of things. As more people want them or don't want them or whatever like that. So it seems like the plan is that's where they're going to take gaming. So instead of like, you'll still have stuff you can buy, you still have skins and stuff that you can get hold of and stuff like that, but you'll have some things like that that are very hard to get hold of, and there may only be one or two of them ever.
Yeah.
But you have the ability to resell them. The value of them can go up. So let's say we played a game and a skin for a character dropped, right? We're playing, I don't know, New World, right? Just for the sake of it. And you kill it, you kill a bad guy, and this skin drops, and it's like 0.00001% chance to get it, and you get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but there can only be, I don't know, maybe one of those skins available on the entire server, right? You now have a product that is potentially in high demand. And the idea is that they want to kind of these products could then go really high in value, and that's how they could make a lot of money for like in gaming. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just
I
interested
think I
about
think
it.
what they need to do on that front, because I've seen the Steam market thing and stuff. I think they need to start giving people the ability to then resell digital games and stuff like that. I think that would be a good one, and that would be a good market for the likes of Steam and that get into, because then they could take a fee or a percentage of any resale. So for those that are now leaving New World, who paid so much, they might turn around and go, you can resell it, but at you've got to sell it at a minimum of this. Give them a minimum
Yeah,
minimum
you'd
bid.
probably the problem with digital licensing
Yeah.
is that you're not holding them you're not holding them on a shelf. So
No,
they
no, you're
have
not.
no like so it makes for them, if someone wants to go play New World, they'd probably rather that you bought it from brand
Yeah,
new from the Steam.
maybe, yeah. But what I'm thinking is maybe do it so after a certain amount of time, when they see it, when they see their fucking sales drop, we're not selling nowhere near the friggin' units that we were selling before. So now, why don't we just go right? If we sell it at this, it'll boost by another 50% or something.
Which I don't disagree with, but
Yeah,
then you would just put a discount on your own codes.
yeah.
They have
Potentially,
unlimited codes.
yeah.
So, like, I get what you mean, but in the real world, where you've got an actual hard copy, there is limited amount of them.
Yeah,
Like
no,
digital
I see.
licensing,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
there
Yeah.
isn't an unlimited amount of them, unfortunately.
But maybe he's like the developer of the actual game has that say as well. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
I could see. I know what you're on about
Yeah,
because you pay for all these games and then you can't do that whole thing of take a bike to the store and get a bit of money back and buy another game.
yeah.
But hey ho, we'll see where it goes. Watch this space.
Right. Shall we move on?
Yep. Forza.
Yep. So if you do not like Forza, you do not want to know anything about Forza, fast forward to the end. Fast forward ahead to listen to our quiz at the end, or just switch off now.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So
even if you've not played Forza before, and it's Forza Horizon, which is the fun version of Forza, not the hardcore racing track-based one, keep listening because we have some comments to make about it and talk
yeah.
about it and stuff. It may pique your interest. And we'll go.
Couple of quick things to mention. So when you first start the game, you build a character. Now we had this discussion yesterday. Now, what the fuck does it matter whether you're him, her, she, his, what, a dog, a cat? What does it matter what you unless they're doing some sort of like poll in the background of how many people or what
Oh, you mean it
the
just you
the
didn't need to ask?
gender thing, yeah. Unless they're doing some sort of poll to find out what gender people are.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
be fair,
What is the point?
I get where you're coming from. I feel like they're trying to be inclusive, right?
Yeah,
Which is fair. But I agree with you that they're trying to be inclusive in the wrong way. Because in your character creation, you can pick whichever body type you're interested in. You can pick whatever voice you want, and you can pick whatever clothing and outfits and stuff you want to wear anyway.
yes,
So why, like you say, why even have a title
yeah.
of male, female, or his, her, or any, them,
It just seemed
whatever,
it just
those
seemed
things. It
pointless.
did seem a bit pointless. Maybe they trying to trend the data and get some information out of it, but
Yeah.
but
The other thing I was going to mention in this was obviously among also giving you the option to choose a kind of gender, I suppose it is. There was prosthetics in there, which was the initial options were I think you got to choose a head, a hairstyle, your gender, and then prosthetics. And I just found it a bit of a weird kind of
yeah,
way to
yeah,
start. I mean,
yeah. I
there
mean,
is other clothing and stuff like that.
don't get Craig like wrong. Obviously, inclusiveness is absolutely grand in games, and I hope that they add more of that into games in the future. Um, but it was very like you're saying, it was like very very brought up to a point.
Yeah, it
Like
was
almost like
just strange.
you need a head, you need a body, and now you need a prosthetic.
Yeah,
It's like some people might want them, some people whatever,
yeah,
fine, like great option, but it should have been in there, but just randomly in there was a bit bizarre.
yeah,
They could, I think they should manage that sort of situation and the inclusiveness of all those things
yeah.
much better
But
than they're doing.
yeah.
Anyway,
Beyond that, I also mentioned to you, Mike, as we were playing, I said that there should be some sort of club or group or something like that to you be able to do. Now, I did find after you've gone off, there is actually a Forza club in the settings there. Now, I've done that. I've set one up. So if anybody wants to join the HC Gaming Club, just search for HC Gaming within Forza Club, and I think we're the only one on there, so you'll hit join.
You'll find us.
It's
Yeah.
public. I've sent you an invite, Mike, into that one.
So what does that get you then?
At the moment, it's just going to give us the ability to kind of interact and um, basically join in some more kind of gaming, get together as a group type of thing.
Okay,
Because
okay, okay.
what I was gonna further on mention was it's not an in-game club. It's the first time, and I've said it. They probably should have done this a long time ago. They're utilizing do you remember Xbox clubs?
Yeah,
So when you click on it, it it asks you a couple of brief things. It'll say like, what do you want your club name? What's your little your three
yeah.
your three abbreviation thing, and this that and the other. Asks you a few little things. As soon as you press enter, it takes you to Xbox clubs, and it builds a group for you. It builds a
Right.
club
Okay.
based on what you've said in that information. Puts all the Forza images in there and everything else, and you can build your rosters in there and play, set up games and all sorts within that. To kind of that
Okay.
looking for
Okay.
group, getting people in. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I think it'd
yeah.
be good. They should have done that from the very start rather than just build these clubs. But it does fuck all. There's no integrate. There was never any integration in any gaming and stuff in there.
Yeah, now you're kind of doing it in the game to kind of link them together, which is
Yeah,
cool.
which is a lot better.
Good. It's good for specifically for the game's perspective, but I suppose if you already had a group,
Yeah.
then is it going to create a new one?
Because you can have multiple groups anyway. You can just have loads,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it
The
doesn't really
game,
matter.
so the groups are kind of game orientated rather than a group of
Yes,
people oriented. So
that's what
like
the
Discord has game orientated ones, but then has groups like ours. HG Gaming is for everyone.
yeah.
Uh,
I've actually set up a channel within our Discord group as well for Forza, so I'll develop that a little bit more and hopefully we'll start feeding people in. Um,
yeah,
I've,
eventually, yeah, we're
I've
adding
not
more
I've
stuff to
not
that.
pushed
So
I've not pushed Discord, so it
no,
does need
no, not
pushing a
yet.
bit more.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll get more as we post more videos and get more stuff out there and everything else. But yeah, sign up to the if you're playing Forza and you're listening, jump on that, get on the
Yeah, get signed up or
get on that group.
send us a message and I'll send
Yeah,
you an invite across.
yeah,
Jump
or
on with us.
jump on the Discord channel and make yourself known and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Because
it's
one
all
of the
good.
things I realised last night that the campaign, although the campaign's pretty decent on Forza Horizon anyway, um, we didn't play any of the other Forza Horizons in any sort of multiplayer as such, other than a bit of racing or something
No,
like
not
that.
really.
This is the
We
first
played a
time
bit
we've
with
done.
like the elimination and stuff like that, but we never really.
Yeah, this is the first time we've played the campaign, and I thought it was quite enjoyable. It was quite good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, we were jumping around. We were playing at the same time together. We were in our own little convoy. That's what they call it. Um, and yeah, we were just talking about where we were going to go to. We'll go to those places, and then I could start an event, and then Craig could join it, and you can play all of the campaign missions in co-op.
Yeah,
You can do them in PvP as well if you want to play against other actual players rather than AI. And you get to go through that sort of games, that the whole experience together effectively, which is cool,
yeah.
enjoyable.
The other thing I've also found out last night after you've gone off is so the Forzathon, do you know the coins that we were earning? So
Yeah.
those are the ones when we were playing any multiplayer games, online games. So your Eliminator. I also had to go on the playgrounds games. I had a little go on those after you've gone off as well, and I would say you had some more coins in there. Now you can use those coins in the Forzathon store. In there they have certain cars, certain items and stuff like that that you can't earn through the game. So
Okay. Okay.
you use those to buy these like kind of epic cars and stuff. Um, Along with obviously playing the different game modes, the campaign, the online stuff. As you know, you get there's something called accolades in there. Now, the accolades are just kind of best way to describe it is side objectives almost. That if you complete
It's
these
like
side
badges.
yeah, if you complete these little side objectives, you can earn items. Now I realise, and I think I said this to you, where in Forza Horizon 4 there was a lot of achievements revolving around Eliminator because it was new. In Forza Horizon 5, I think I don't even think there's any, or there might be the odd one. Now, the flip side of that is I had a look at the accolades last night. So there's an accolade group per
Yeah.
each individual online game, each area of the campaign and stuff like that. Now, Eliminator has got a wide range of accolades to unlock.
Okay. So they've
So
kind of extended on the idea of um, achievements, but moved it into the accolade term to cover the
yeah,
whole game.
now one of them is play 20 games of Eliminator and it unlocked the Bugatti Veyron.
Okay.
There was one, I can't remember what it was now.
Oh man, I'm tired.
There was win so many games, and I think you unlocked like the Mini Cooper, like
Yeah.
the
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
things like that. And there was some pretty good ones in there, and I was like, it just gives you that something else to go towards. You know what I mean? When you're playing online.
It does, because that game, you're doing all these races, you're doing all these things, and you definitely want unlocks, you definitely want things
Yeah,
while you're playing. That's the whole point, is to unlock as much stuff as possible and get a big car collection and show that off to people and stuff like that. So, and then drive around in style or drive around in a Hot Wheels car like I did because it's cool.
the
Cost me some money that.
oh, but you freaking did. The other thing I was going to mention on there, oh, God, it's just slipped my mind now. So you obviously you get all the different unlocks. Now there's also groups of cars. So if you unlock some of the old
Jeez.
school cars, like I don't know, let's use like Chevrolet for example. There's a
Yep.
certain maybe couple of old school cars. If you get that collection of them old school cars, you also get like a rare unlock or a legendary car or something like that. So there's that little route you can go down as well if you want to just go out and try and work the auction house and try and buy these cars in, or you want to do certain missions or whatever, to try and unlock them. Then yeah, go down that route.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you enjoy driving in general, then you're kind of fine because
Yeah,
it's a good game for driving. And it's quite unique style in that sense. But it has a lot of other not hidden, but it has a lot of mechanics around collecting and
yeah.
in general,
And
which
then
is cool.
there's also each car you drive has its own tree, its own
Yeah, all unlocks. Yeah,
yep, so you can unlock that, which will give you bonuses. So like drifting bonuses, they get 20% extra XP for drifting.
yeah,
Um, you get the whole. If you've ever played Forza Horizon, you get unlock the wheel spins and stuff like that, which unlocks
yeah,
credits for purchasing things, also for fast traveling. The,
yeah.
the game is just it's huge. There's a lot in the game. You've got
There's
dirt
lots to do.
races, road
There's a
races,
lot to
Baja.
do. Lot to unlock. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they've just added more, haven't they? They've just seemed to have added a hell of a lot to it now.
yeah.
And growing on what they did before, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably add in the seasons like they did before as well, changing the season type, winter, snow, all
There
that kind
is
of stuff.
that is in there
It's set
because
in it's set in New Mexico
yeah.
as well.
There's an achievement revolving around the seasons. I had a little nosy last night
Cool.
just to see
Right.
what was
Okay.
in there. So there is
Yeah. So
definitely seasons in there.
it's set in a scaled, accurate representation of New Mexico, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. There's probably more you want to say. Before I want to point out that so to play the game, Craig had already pre-installed it because he was thoughtful and used his noggin, and I didn't, and had it ready to go on his Xbox One X, which is great. I kind of hummed and ahed about it, whether I'd do it on
Series
my
X
Xbox
might I just add.
Series X. Sorry, yeah, I realised what I said there. I was gonna do it on my Xbox One X, and then thought, no, actually, my PC is a bit more powerful, so let's throw it on the PC. It's a very visually nice game, so let's get it on PC and see what it looks like. To come into contact with the fact that it's 100 and something odd gigabyte to install, and my internet connection's not the best to be installing that in a couple of hours. Uh, so I set it off installing, right? Got to about 30% by the time we were going to play it, and then thought, you know what, this isn't going to finish in time, but it is available on cloud. But the notorious thing about cloud gaming has been latency, and I thought, racing a car and turning corners and latency, oh my, this is not going to work, right? So, a little bit of review of cloud gaming in general, and that is, I tried it with the browser using Chrome, going to xbox.com/play. Found the game, could start the game up pretty quickly. Picked my pad up. Thanks to Craig, I have one of the Xbox kind of third-party game pads that are very good. If anyone does have this pad, by the way, you have to hold these two buttons for it, the two middle buttons down for 3 seconds to make it work as an Xbox gamepad controller on the PC. That's a weird one. But yeah, got it all working. Started the game up. My internet connection was okay. Things seemed fine. And then randomly, I would turn a corner and be in a tree off the road somewhere, teleported. And it would do this a lot. And there was a lot of problems with it. And basically made it exceptionally unplayable. I don't mind the occasional glitch and occasional problem and stuff like that from streaming, but you can't turn a corner and then appear somewhere else differently. And it was even bad enough that when you rewind,
Yeah.
the rewind also had the jump in it.
The rewind.
The rewind, the rewind.
The rewind.
I'll just rewind what I just said. That's my call. I can't get it out. Yeah, it also had the teleport in it. That's bizarre. I made it completely unplayable, and I was a little bit bitter taste, a bitter taste in my mouth because I thought we were going to go on, we're going to play this. Now I can't. Not great. Then realized, actually, you can use the Xbox One app now on the PC. So I've used the Xbox One app on my phone and not really had a problem with latency. So let's give this a go. Tried it in the app. So much better. No problems at all. Me and you got to play. We didn't have any issues, did we?
No, we played quite a few hours, didn't we?
Played quite a while. I had a couple of moments where there's like a little phase shift across the screen where the graphics are just being changed and scaled differently to compensate.
Bearing in mind, if everyone listening, that this game, obviously your frames, everything's going to be changing. The speed that you go at in the game, there's going to be a lot of trying to be loading all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is probably one of the highest taxing games for this type of technology.
Which puts it into the same. They say use the gaming thing for cloud gaming for stuff that's like turn-based or stuff you can take your time with because then you don't have the latency issue. First-person shooters don't work that well, and this sort of stuff. But I have to admit, I was mightily surprised through the app of how well that worked. It was very responsive. I could race my car competitively against you playing it on your console, and I didn't really find any kind of issues and stuff like that. So it was running it, I think, at 1080 60 frames per second, which is whatever. But for the the fact of not needing to install it, right? Now, let's face it, right? I have a good PC, so I have installed it now, and I'm going to play it that way. However, for someone who doesn't own a decent PC, or own a decent console,
yeah, that's the way to go, isn't it?
You can play it.
Yeah.
Buy yourself an Xbox pad, buy Xbox Ultimate Game Pass or the PC version of it, whatever. Get the cloud gaming. You can play Forza 5 for probably the same. You could play Forza 5 and many other games for the same cost of even buying it normally. Yeah. For a period of time, and play it on there. You don't even need a good game. You don't even need a good PC. That wasn't using my PC to play it.
Yeah, I just want to make also a note, and this is not a dig at you here. I want to point out that Mike also does not have the best internet in the world.
No, I said that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. I must have missed it.
So I'm streaming. I don't have good broadband, but I'm currently using a 4G connection.
Yeah.
In my house, I have a 4G router. I have an aerial outside. My internet connection speed is like 30. Probably averages out about 30 megabits per second, not megabyte. And probably an upload of about 18 or something. So in general, it's good broadband, but there's a latency issue with using 4G. The latency is relatively high compared to other people, and I have problems with like NAT settings and stuff like this, stuff that you don't really want. But I don't have a choice where I live.
Yeah.
And you would think that being remote in a remote environment, you wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I could do. And I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised that that was possible, and good enough to play with you, because I felt like maybe I could play it, but maybe I'd have to play it separately from you because there'd be too much issues
Yeah,
with
I
lag.
think I think what it helps is it also gets you into the realm of now when you've got Game Pass and there's some weird games like that game I was playing, the painting one. You can go into the realm of, oh, I'll just fire this up and see what it's like, and you start playing it. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, this is like quite actually all right. This because you're not waiting for that install. You don't have to mess around with your hard drive if it's full or anything like that. You can just go and play it, and you go, oh, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Or you'd be pleasantly
yeah,
surprised, and
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that's
And to
another
be
good.
fair, there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games where people talk about don't put the graphical detail up high. There's no need to. That's not what you're playing that type of game for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Forza not so much. I understand Forza in general. Yes, it's beautifully looking, and you want that part of that game, for sure at some point. But to generally just test out the game mechanics, whether you like the style of the game and whether you like the racing in the game, you can do it straight off the bat and don't like with a click of a button.
yeah.
And you're on it. Um, awesome, awesome, and the
All right.
fact that that was available day one was genius.
Right. Before we move on to kind of our quiz thing, I just want to say basically a big fuck you to whoever was driving the Range Rover when I was playing Eliminator on Forza last night. Right. The story goes. I was driving down in a VW Beetle. First game of Eliminator on Forza Horizon 5. Could I shite find another car? For ages I was driving around. And then a guy who was driving around in a level 7 or 6 friggin' Range Rover
Took you on.
challenges me to a bloody race. And I'm thinking, I'm fucked here. Anyway, I'm I'm beating him. We fly over this cliff. He hits a rock. I'm going for this. I'm thinking, I've done this. I've won here. I'm gonna nick his car afterwards because if you don't know, when you win one of these eliminator rounds, you can either choose to steal their car or upgrade your car up to the next level. So I'm flying along. Thinking, yes, I've got this. I'm within 200 meters of this of the finish line, and the finish line's the other side of a little pond, like a little river. And as I hit this river in my little VW Beetle, I come to a grinding fucking halt and it goes about 2 mile an hour. Up flies up my ass this fucking Range Rover who skips across the water like a fucking flat stone, and yeah, I got knocked out. So I just want to say a big fuck you to that
Funny.
person because had that river not been there, I'd have won.
Well, same sort of point really, because I had the same sort of situation, but I was in a level 7 Ferrari old school kind of Le Mans car, um, versus I think it was some souped up kind of BMW 4x4 thing, that was one level higher than me. And I was like, yeah, I'll race them, that's fine. They challenged us. I turned around, went to start driving, and directly in front of us was a huge hill.
I remember.
And
I
he
remember.
was a 4x4, mine wasn't. And when I got that car, I got it on a hill and realized I can't go up hills in this car. I'm going to get knocked out as soon as I have a race that's uphill. And surely enough, yeah, straight away, couldn't, not even remotely even worth competing against him.
All I
Drove
could
uphill,
hear,
got
all I
about a
could
quarter of
hear
the way
last
up
night.
and slid back down again.
Yeah, all I could hear from Mike was, "Go on, you bastard, get up the hill, go on." And then
Wasn't happening. It was
I'm
so
not gonna
close.
make it.
Uh, and then watch my car slide down a hill that's about a mile long while
Yeah,
my competitor is driving away without even trying.
waving you like the Queen out the window. See you later,
Uh,
cheerio.
just 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 done. So it just shows you
Yeah,
don't necessarily need a good car. You just need probably the right car.
probably should have said this prior to all this anyway. But Eliminator is basically your battle royale of Forza Horizon 5 in cars. So you start off in a level 1 car. Everyone does. I think it's up to, is it 37 races? I think in a race or more maybe. I can't
Oh,
remember.
it's more. It's more. I think it's max 100.
Right. Okay. So then
I had 50 odd. I had 57 or something, or 60
yeah,
at one point.
you drop in this big. You can choose where you want to start on the map, and then basically cars are dotted all around the map. There's only a handful of those cars. When you go, you press X, you can jump into that car. So obviously, as you say, you
Yeah,
start in a
this is like
VW.
blue smoke is the thing you're looking for to pick
Yeah.
up a new car.
So you start in this little level 1 VW Beetle, and then potentially all the other cars at the start are better than yours. And the idea is you try and find the best cars on the map, but at the same time, you can challenge anyone, or anyone can challenge you by driving up to you and pressing the horn. You can't decline this challenge. As soon as somebody does it to you, you have to race them to this finish line. So the idea is you want a fast car very early on. So if somebody challenges you, or you can challenge others, and then you can eliminate them. Once you eliminate them, you either take their car. You can do that if it's better than
Yeah,
yours, or you can upgrade your car up by one level, obviously increasing speed, etc.
yeah,
Um, if you lose the race, you're knocked out, and it's basically last man standing. Once the
yeah,
ring gets down to a certain stage, it's basically an all-out race to a final finish line,
yeah.
and obviously the winner takes all,
Gonna
basically.
take them all. Yep, that's pretty cool. There's some other game modes I've seen in there as well that we'll have to try out and see what they're like. All in all, mate, to be fair, we played for quite a while.
Yeah. I played, as I say, I played on the playground, so I played King of the Hill last night, which is like a game of tag where there's a number of yous in there, but the two people are for the crown. You have to smash into them and take the crown. Longest person holding the crown wins. I also did. What else did I play? I played another one after that. Can't quite remember what the other one was.
Fair enough.
But
All
yeah,
good though.
yeah, it was. It's very, very good.
All good things, and I'm not. I know we bang on about Game Pass and stuff all the time about games coming out, but it's another great game.
Yeah, it's been a great,
Just
as I say, it's
there
been a
for you.
great week for them. So we've got plenty of games now to play on.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to keep everyone on for too much longer because obviously we've run well over our hour mark now anyway. So if we move on to our quiz, um, going
Yeah.
into this week at three
Excited.
all
Yeah.
after Mike dropped a bollock last week and I picked up a point. Right. So my question: are you ready?
Yeah.
My question to you. My question to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, New World struggled day one with a player base of around 700,000 players. Yeah.
Okay.
In the last 24 hours of Forza Horizon being released, how many players are estimated to have played the new Forza Horizon 5? Is it
In a 24-hour period.
in the 24-hour period that it came out? Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
How many players are estimated to have played Forza Horizon 5? Is it
Okay.
A, and bearing in mind, New World is 700,000. I just wanted to point that out, and they struggled, right? Is it A, 2.5 million? Is
Okay.
it B, 3.5 million? Or is it C, 4.5 million?
A.
A, you're going A, 2.5 million.
Yeah.
Nope, it was 4.5 million players.
Holy crap.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I wonder
What
how
new?
much for
The New World was 700,000 in the first.
700,000 players, were all logged on at the same time and they struggled to keep the servers going.
Oh, keep the servers alive. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
get you. I get you.
Whereas in day one of Forza Horizon 5, you had 4.5 million people.
Yeah. Yeah. I seem to have lost my question to you, but I
Oh,
can remember.
I'll take the win.
I
It's
can
fine. I'll take the
remember it.
win.
I can remember it. I can remember it. Oh no! I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it.
I'll take the win.
No, 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 no. Okay, so according to a recent study, what is the average age of a gamer? Is it
Can I think about this
25?
before you? Ah, doesn't matter. Go on.
Is it 25,
Yeah.
34, or 19?
That's fucking hard, really. Because, okay, let me think about this logically. With the younger generation now, seems to be a lot more gamers, a lot more people staying indoors, and the whole esports and everything's taken off. But then again, we are getting on a bit, and we are in a generation of gamers and people coming through. So
Yeah, and I'm talking about the average.
yeah, that I know. So
Yeah.
I'm possibly gonna say B.
Which was
30, 34 was it? Did you say?
34. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the
Is
correct
that
answer?
are you phoning a friend? Is that your final answer?
No, that's my
What are you
final
doing?
answer.
Locking it in?
I don't change. Don't change. Never change. Go with your gut feeling.
It's a good gut feeling because that is correct.
Yes. Get in.
Correct answer. 34. I thought that was quite a good. It was maybe a hard question, but I thought it was a good good thing. It just shows that people are growing up with gaming now.
Yeah. The thing
And
is
it's,
that that's only going to get
beyond it.
lower and lower, I think, because there's a lot more younger people playing the. But then again, as we get older, when are we going to stop? It's that type of thing, isn't it? I suppose, which will just increase our
I don't
age.
think it'll get. I think the point is that it probably won't get lower. It might get older.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Might get
thinking.
bigger.
Yeah,
That's the thing is
I
that
can picture his 8 year
your
old still sat here.
Mark is
Forza
episode
Horizon 235.
episode 26,900.
This morning, I got me bag changed. That was me highlight of the day.
We
I've
now
had my
have
nail
five.
salon clipping me
We now have
toenails.
5 followers.
Fucking hell. On that note, you have been listening to HCG or HC Gaming. My name's Craig, aka Z Crisis 2 on Xbox, all social media, etc. And then
Uh-huh.
you.
I am Mike. Iron Mike 2 on the same sort of stuff, so Xbox and social media and stuff like that. Check out the Facebook page, check out our YouTube channel, check out all that kind of good stuff, and kind of make some comments to us and tell us if there's anything else you would like to see or get us to do, or just get involved. Community feel. We just play games together. There's me, Craig. There's a bunch of other a bunch of other of us. I don't know what that is. A few of us. And yeah, we just want to share that community feel and get involved. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
I've dropped the Discord channel into Facebook. I did that last
Facebook.
night.
Yeah.
As I say, get on there, join the Phaser. I'm like you now. The Forza group within there. Also join. Don't forget to join our Forza group. Add us on Xbox. Add us on Twitter. Just add us all over the place. Messages. Get involved. You never know. One day we might increase, obviously, these 2 seats to a further 3 or 4. And I think the more people we have, and the more opinions we have, I think the better, obviously, we can contribute to
Yeah, absolutely.
the gaming world.
Absolutely.
So we're always looking for another person to fill another seat, I suppose.
If needed.
Yep. Right. Anyway, as I say, yep. Thanks for listening, everyone, and take care.
Cheerio.